Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Cut to the Chase Sports Podcast, where we bring unique insight and analysis behind your favorite teams at the collegiate and professional levels. I'm your host, Chase Shantz. To my right, I got Brady King. What's up, Brady?
Not too much, man. Just excited to be back at it. Another episode. Nice day. Just a great Tuesday. Very excited for this episode. Excited to have Dallan on for sure.
Most definitely. And then right in the bottom right corner, we got Matt Ricketts. Matt, what's up?
What's up, man? Nothing too crazy today, but I'll tell you what, it's not every day we get a current Ohio State player on the pod, so I'm really excited for this episode.
As a matter of fact, this is the first current Ohio State player we got on the pod, and, couldn't be any better than to have Dallan Hayden on the show. Dallan, man, thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Man, most definitely. How's everything been going with, the summer and everything? Like how you've been staying up right before fall camp?
I'd say the summer's been going. It's been going well. Just working out, OTAs, and then extra work on my own. It's all I've been up to, honestly. I'd say, and then obviously school.
Yep. I mean, that's a lot of stuff to balance right there. I mean, as a Division I athlete, balancing the work of being an Ohio State football player and obviously in the classroom, that's a lot right there. But let me just roll into this. What was it like growing up in Memphis, Tennessee, just as a child, and where did you find your inspiration for football? Just give us the whole background about yourself.
I'd say, growing up in the Memphis area was good for me. I was involved in sports most of my life, played basketball, football, mostly growing up. And I'd say I fell in love with football because, felt like it was in me because my dad played in the NFL a few years, played back at Tennessee. And so I'd say love for football has always been there. And I'd say just probably wanted to follow my dad's footsteps and make the game, enjoyable for myself.
That's awesome. That's awesome. What was it like in high school? Everything, like, was it, did it feel pretty easy for you? What was, some of your memorable moments and games that went on down there?
My high school journey was actually kind of different. Believe it or not, I started off my high school career as a DB. Most of my offers were for DB at first, and then my junior year I started playing more offense, running back, and everybody started offering me for running back, said they liked me more on offense. So my high school journey was actually pretty crazy, if you'd ask me.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
You talk about your initial offers. So you obviously had a lot of offers to go to a lot of different schools, but what stood out to you about Ohio State, and what made you, a kid from Tennessee, SEC country, want to travel up north and play for a great program like Ohio State?
I mean, why not Ohio State? The program speaks for itself, the championships. What really stood out to me about Ohio State, I'd probably say my position coach. He had a big part of me choosing the Buckeyes, and just his track record and development and all that is probably why I decided to come to Ohio State. And then one thing that stood out to me about Ohio State is they take the word developed here seriously. Like, you're going to get development. So that's why I chose to be a Buckeye.
Talk about your Tony Alfred, the position coach that you're talking about. How, tight is that relationship with you guys? Is he a father figure type to you guys? Try to go a little bit more in depth with that.
Yeah, Coach Alfred's a really good man. He treats us all like his sons. He's gonna coach us hard, but he's gonna love us on and off the field. And yeah, we have a pretty good relationship with him.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and so going into your freshman year, you obviously have a lot of confidence, being a very good high school football player, big time recruit, could have gone a lot of places. Did you expect to make the impact that you did? I mean, you had games where it wasn't looking great, and then you came in, specifically the Maryland game, and really put the team on your back, scored 3 touchdowns. Did you expect to make that impact your freshman year? And what did it take to get there to that point to where they trusted you to make those plays?
I mean, coming in, I probably, it probably didn't look great for me to play because, summer guy, got to learn the playbook and all that. But, coach just always told me stay ready. And I felt like last year I did that, and when my number was called, I felt like I was ready to go in there and play.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, going into that game, obviously there was the injuries with Trey, Mayan, all those guys, and we knew from like the Toledo game and past games that you could play. We've seen you on the field, and everyone knew that it was all right. We still have another starting running back in the game, and Dallan Hayden. I mean, you brought the juice really in that game, and I was wondering if you kind of expected that. So it's good to hear that you were staying on your toes and that you were waiting for your name to be called there.
Right.
Very cool.
Yep.
Now, also, I want to, kind of ask about, that Maryland game. What was it, like, what was the first play or run that you knew was like, all right, it's my time to take over and everything? Like, do you remember like a specific play or anything that happened in that game where it was just like, oh yeah, I'm here?
I mean, I'd probably say, after the first touchdown, I felt like I got going. And honestly, I just let the game come to me and, took what I ran to what I saw and just went from there, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, it mounted from 1 touchdown to 2 touchdowns to 3 touchdowns. So obviously you were doing your thing out there, man. That was dope to watch and all. But let me ask this though. So which pro running back, it could be past or present, do you model, certain parts of your game after? I know, obviously you're Dallan Hayden, you have, you're a very unique running back in many ways, but like what pieces do you take from other guys' games, maybe in the league or that were before?
I feel like, in the league, I kind of like share some qualities with Aaron Jones from the Packers. Feel like we're like, he's a north and south runner, much like me. Always pushing balls vertical, a lot like me. And so I try to study his game a lot.
That's good. That's good. I mean, yeah, Aaron Jones is a great, great comparison and everything. I mean, like you said, 1,000-yard rusher. He can catch a lot of passes out of the backfield. And just, one more thing before I pass it over to Brady. There's been a lot of talk about some running backs like Saquon Barkley and Josh Jacobs, Tony Pollard, even from Dallas. They didn't get deals done and everything. What, as a running back in college, trying to make it to the pros, like what are your thoughts on some of that?
I just feel like the disrespect to my position is real, Like, how does somebody like Josh Jacobs, who leads the league in rushing, not get paid? And or Saquon Barkley was pretty much, the bell cow for the Giants last year.
Yeah.
And then he's not getting paid. And then, my guy from Memphis, Tony Pollard, had a great year last year, and they franchise tag him. It just doesn't make sense. I've been seeing on Twitter all the running backs using their voice to speak up against this. Like I saw Derrick Henry, Christian McCaffrey, and I agree 100% with them. Like the disrespect is real.
Yeah, it was crazy to see Saquon not land a big deal, especially when Daniel Jones isn't bad, but he is not as important to their team as
you take Saquon off that team. Like I don't know where the Giants are if we're just being real.
Oh, yeah. He's their best player by a wide margin, so it's just crazy to see that happen.
Exactly.
For sure. But to switch topics, there's a lot of talk around college football, who has the best running back room. You got some people will say, the team up north, which I disagree with, Penn State, Wisconsin. I don't agree with any of those. I think that Ohio State has the deepest and best running back room, and you see that firsthand every day in practice. Right. So how does playing in that competitive running back room make you better as a football player?
I'd say it makes us all better, because you got 5 legit guys in one room, and we can all learn from one another and like take pieces from one another and to improve our game. So I feel like when it's the best of the best, like it does nothing but make everyone in the room better.
Yeah, for sure. Like I feel like also the good thing about you guys is that you guys all have different qualities. You guys all are like better at some things, and you guys all like combine to where you could, make a big impact to where every running back brings a different aspect to the field.
Right. I agree with that.
Absolutely. Let me ask you this. There's no secret that most people would say Travion Henderson and Mayan Williams are probably 1 or 2 in the depth chart right now. Now, I know that's not a shot at you. It's maybe if anything, it's a little bit more motivation for you. I guess. So let me ask you this: what are you doing to make sure that you get on the field this fall and you play a big role for Ohio State's football team this fall? Because there's always so many carries to go around. There's only so many times other running backs are going to get in the game and make a big impact. So what are you doing to try to separate yourself to make sure you have a huge impact for this team this year?
Man, I'm just trying to get better each and every day, getting better at what I wasn't as good as last year, So I'm just trying to be better each and every day and just push myself, honestly.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I feel like you guys have 5 starting running backs. Like
it's pretty crazy. It really is.
It is.
Let me ask you, I guess, a follow up to this. Today, nowadays, with the transfer portal and NIL, talk about how strong the culture has to be in that running back room to not lose a single person to the transfer portal or the NIL or, to anywhere else when you've got 5 guys in that room. Nobody's transferring. Nobody transferred to go get more playing time somewhere else. Talk about how tight, it's got to be a strong culture in that running back room.
I mean, I just say it speaks for Ohio State because culture is real. So I'd say it's Ohio State and us just believing in the culture, honestly.
For sure.
Answer. It's a good answer there. We got a couple more minutes with you. If that's all good, we'll just, throw some random questions off the top of our heads at you. So back to Memphis, okay? What's some fun things you like to do in Memphis? What's a good place that you would recommend to go eat or something to do there?
Now we're talking.
Yes, sir.
It's a lot to do, and it's different things you can do in Memphis. Bass Pro Shop is pretty dope. The little pyramid, like they got bowling alley, different restaurants in there. It's a unique place. You got downtown, obviously. Everybody knows about Beale Street, and then our food. It's the bomb, man. Like barbecue. We know barbecue, so. If you ever come to Memphis, you got to go to Memphis Barbecue Shop.
What you normally get there?
Memphis Barbecue. My fault.
Oh, you good? All right.
I get the St. Louis, I think, baby back ribs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, bro.
And then I get fries and collard greens.
I ain't gonna lie, I got some ribs upstairs. I know I ate some tacos for Taco Tuesday, but man, that sounds pretty good right now. Not gonna lie, man. Sure. What about I know Brady's going to Ohio State next year. Maybe what's some spots around campus that are maybe some of the best after a Saturday game or something.
I ain't gonna lie, Brady. I'm still kind of learning.
Are you? Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. It's this pizza spot by my dorm called Adriatico's. It's really good.
Oh,
I've had that. That's some good stuff.
Adriatico's is good. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not really familiar with that many on campus spots. Savvy Sliders is good too.
Savvy Sliders.
Yeah.
Have you eaten at Hangover Easy for breakfast yet?
I have. Hangover Easy.
I like that.
Hangover Easy is really good. Yes, I have.
For sure. So this is actually a random question, but I've always wondered because there's no official times. Who would you say is the fastest player on Ohio State's offense and the fastest player on Ohio State's defense?
That's a good one.
Offense, Jaden Ballard by far.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah. Defense. Ooh, I don't even know on defense. We got some speedsters. I'd probably say it'd have to be a DB, honestly. But I don't know. Yeah, we got some speed on defense.
Yeah, there's some speed on both sides for this team.
For sure, yeah.
Fast team.
No doubt about it.
How fast is Marv? Everyone knows his ability to catch the ball and his catch radius. How fast is Marvin Harrison?
Marv's fast, man. Marv's a different beast. I'll just say that.
I feel you.
Man, who were some guys that I know you said you came in the summer last year, but who were some of the guys that you first gelled with when you got to campus and you got, in the practices and OTAs and everything?
Well, I mean, most of my class, Kenyatta Jackson, Amari Abor, Kojo Antwi, my roommate's gone now, but Caleb Brown and Hero Canoe, those are probably them guys, when I got on campus, I was the most closest with and still close to this day.
I was sad to see Caleb Brown leave, man.
I was too.
Yeah.
He's a good player.
Yeah, he gonna do good. He gonna do his thing in Iowa though.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely rooting for him at Iowa. Yeah. There's those transfers that leave and you just can't stop rooting for them.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, there's those guys. There's a difference between a lot of transfers, but definitely rooting for Caleb.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
So I've always thought this is about your game. So I feel like when you got like the running backs last year that mainly played were you, Mayan, and Trey. And I felt like you were a combination of both of those guys. I feel like you got Trey with the speed, Mayan with the power, and you just combine like the speed and power to kind of mix it up. Would you say that's correct, or would you say something different?
I mean, feel like that's correct. But I feel like we're all three kind of different from each other.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, you guys all bring different aspects to the table. I feel like that's what works so well is when one person would go down, which you were. I mean, I'm not sure. I'm sure you got banged up, but you did a really good job of staying healthy and not having any major injuries. So it was nice to see like that Maryland game, man. Like that was obviously your coming out party,
Yes,
and it was just showing the way we have all those running backs that can play, and that's not even including that's not even including Evan Pryor because he didn't even get to play last year. Right. And Chip, I don't know if he was really taking much running back snaps at that point.
Right.
But yeah, that was very good to see.
How about your relationship with the quarterbacks, Kyle, Devin Brown? Talk about those guys. You know, obviously it's a battle going on right now. You don't have to give any insight into it if you don't want to, but obviously you can if you want. But just talk about those guys. I mean, your personal relationship with them and how how good of leaders they are with the team and how they are around the team.
They're both great guys. You know, Kyle. You know, I remember last year I get some backfield action reps with him in camp, and he was always encouraging and cool. Really good leader. Dev, you know, Dev came in with me, so like me and Dev have always been cool. You know, he would help me with certain plays last year, signals and stuff. So yeah, man, I feel like I have a good relationship with both of them.
Awesome.
That's good to hear. That's good to hear. I got two more questions for you before we get on out of here. The first one, so, you know, you played a bit against Georgia. What was playing against that Georgia defense like? I know they went back-to-back national championships. You guys lost a heartbreaker, man. That was a hell of a game to watch and everything.
It was. Felt like that was the real natty.
It was 100%. Definitely was real natty. Definitely.
We know who the better team was too, man. We know it. We understand who should have been the real national champion.
Yeah. But man, like what about that, the whole process of you guys get selected into the field. I think it was December the 4th. You got selected there, and then you guys have that entire month basically to prepare for Georgia. What was that, process like to prepare for a team for nearly 27 days?
It was awesome. We went straight to work. Actually, after the team up north game, we took a few days off, and then coach we had a practice. He said, just in case we get in the playoff, we're going to be practicing. So we started practicing, and there, we're in the playoff, and we had some great days. I felt like we played a great game. It just didn't go our way, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. I mean, like I said, it was a hell of a game, and we know the champs were, man. But shoot, you know how it is. But then one more question. So, from Memphis, you got a couple rappers down there. Who's on your playlist though? Pregame playlist. What are like the 3 songs that you have to play before you get on out there if you do listen to music for games?
Man, gotta have some Lil Baby in there for sure. Any of his songs, honestly, get me ready to go. Probably the most specific one is Money Forever by him.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's a good one.
Gotta have some Young Boy in there for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Any of his songs, but my hyped one is TTG, which means Train to Go. That gets me ready to play.
Okay.
And then I gotta go back home with some of my Memphis rappers. I got Moneybag Yo.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Shiesty, Big 30. Yeah, I gotta go back home.
Man, I feel you.
anything by that.
I feel on that one, man. I got my shiesty over there.
Man, yeah.
Man, shoot.
Going for sure.
Man, that's for sure. That's for sure. Hey, I appreciate you coming on the show, man. This was dope. Brady, Matt, you guys got anything, any final things you want to ask or say to Dallan?
Yeah, man. I appreciate you coming on, and I got to ask this before you leave. What game this season are you most excited for in the regular season?
Team up north for sure.
There it is. Yeah, I figured. I just had to ask.
Team up north.
Man.
Appreciate you coming on though, for sure.
Yeah, thanks, Dallan, for coming home, brother. Appreciate you. I got 2 words for you before you get out of here. All right, fuck Michigan.
Yeah, man.
Man, thank y'all for having me, man.
Yeah, most definitely.
Appreciate you coming on. It was a good time, bro.
Most definitely. From that, for that being said, it's Chase Johns, Brady King, Matt Ricketts, Dallan Hayden. See you guys next time.